What's up everybody? Welcome to episode 41 of the What's Up vlog. I'm back to something that resembles full health, so I'm feeling fit and fine this fine Friday morning. Yeah, it's Hare and Hounds time, so I'm about to get my Zwift on. Well, it's nearly Hare and Hounds time. It's 10:20. I'm just going to clean up my chain a little bit before I get started and get myself into something a little bit more suited to a hot and sweaty race. Got a load of shout outs and things to mention, which I'll do as soon as I'm on the bike. So I'll get myself sorted, be back here in a sec. Okay, so I'm here in the start pen. Just did a 5k warm up and got a few ride-ons which I'm going to shout out now while I remember. I managed to scribble them down on this conveniently placed receipt just to my side. S. White, D. Meyer and Z. Collins, thank you very much for the ride-ons, much appreciated. Another thing, I've been chatting with Kev Stephen, who's in the C group in this race today, and we've set, it kind of unofficially set an objective. He's got a friend, Darren Smith, that's riding in this race in the Bs. So I think our objective today is to try and work to keep Darren Smith behind us for as long as we possibly can. So apologies Darren for singling you out. It wasn't me, it was your buddy Kev Smith. Kev Stephen. We've also got Rich Vickers in the house as well, who I know has been suffering from man flu. So good job, buddy, in joining in. You're a tougher man than I am, because in the full throes of my weakened state, I just lay in bed and cry. But I'm feeling not too bad. I did, like I say, a 5k warm up. Didn't feel too bad. I'm struggling to hold a high cadence, but that's something I often struggle with anyway. So this is really going to be a kind of suck it and see kind of return race, see how I feel. Anyway, in the start pen, still got another 7 minutes to go until the D's go off, so I'm going to cut it here and I'll join you back in a few minutes time. Okay, so we got just over a minute left in the start pen. I think the D's actually will go at 1 minute past the hour, so once that clock finishes, if I remember rightly, everybody should basically stay where they are for at least a minute. The C group, which I'm in, are going off at 4 minutes past the hour. It's 6 laps of the London Classic route, as far as I'm aware, and it's quite handy because I managed to grab myself an aero power boost while I was doing my warm-up, so it's probably the most useful power-up you can have on this particular course. We've got 55 riders on here at the moment, lots of familiar names, as always. It's great to see. And we're into the last 20 seconds now. Let's see what happens with the D's when that timer ticks down. I've got my Time Is app open on my phone here, so I can make sure I go off at exactly the right time. Oh, but I've got to stop pedaling because I was chatting away and warming up, and obviously the clock stopped and I shot forward. Right, has everyone else stopped? Oh no, some guys have carried on, but I managed to stop just in time, I think. I don't think that counts as cheating. I'm only just ahead of the line. Right, so I've got a few minutes now until I start, because I make it 11 and 50 seconds. So I've got until 11:04. While I was doing my warm-up, incidentally, I had a message, private message from somebody, just sort of asking how I was feeling and seeing when I was riding. Sorry, Kev Stevens just shouted me out for jumping the line. Thank you, Kev. I thought I got away with that one without anybody noticing. I'll sit here and wait anyway. Thanks very much for the messages. I didn't have the app open, so I couldn't see who it was that was messaging. So apologies. I just had to reply in the open group messaging. So I didn't know who that was to private message them. So thanks very much. And I'm feeling much better. But I'll tell you in about 15 minutes exactly how much better I'm feeling. Right. So I'm just going to sit here now and wait. There's still some confusion. Kay Christie in the D's asking if they can go. I'm pretty sure the D's have all shot off up the road. Thanks, Rich Vickers, for the ride on. Enjoying my my little blunder at the beginning, I'm sure. I'll give you a ride on back. Right, here we go. Steve Proud just giving the shout. The C's to go. There's Mr. Vickers and Kev Stephen just in front of him. I've got M. Wiley just behind, obviously caught out by the
a quick start also. Right, let me just try and get on this little bunch who I think are the main bunch in the seas. Just try and jump on there, tag on and settle down. There we go. That's better. Cheers Kev Stephen for the ride on. Okay, so this looks like a pretty solid bunch for the seas. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 riders in this main group with Rich Vickers, myself, T Rowlands, M Wiley, Kev Stephen, A Gates. Apologies I don't know or can't remember the first names of A Gates, M Wiley and T Rowlands. You've probably told me them 1,000 times, but I've got no chance of that information soaking in and staying in. But this looks like a decent group, all holding around 3 watts per kilogram on average, I'd say, at the moment. So just try and keep that going for as long as we can. And hopefully we'll have something there to react when the bees inevitably do close in on us. A Gates and Kev Stephen pulling really well on the front there, up in the 4s. Maybe a bit too well, they just sort of pulled a little bit of a gap on the rest of us. But I think that'll hopefully even out after this road levels off a little bit. So yeah, A Gates, T Rowlands and Kev Stephen have managed to pull a sizable lead over us now, up to 7 or 8 seconds. Obviously feeling quite strong, so go for it guys, ride on. I would say you've got a much better chance of holding the bees back than we have in this little trio here. Steve Proud I think is feeling under the weather too. Possibly another victim of the dreaded man flu that's going around. Ride on buddy. I've ignored someone there called N Kerry who hasn't got a group by their name, so I'm a bit in the dark as to where they are in this race, but I'm going to assume for now he or she is part of the seas. So ride on and Kerry. So I just used my aero boost really just so that I could ease back the watts and stay with Rich Vickers and M Wiley for a mo on the red carpet. And I did it just before the start-finish line, so luckily I got another power-up, which is an aero boost again. So Zwift is finally being kind to me with the power-ups. I wonder if that's a usable excuse for racing. Zwift didn't give me decent power-ups, and that's the only reason I didn't win. Thank you W Lord for the ride on. Much appreciated, as always. Oh. You know, the depressing thing about this course is we've just done that riding and now we're on lap 1. So the run-in from the start pen to the start of the first lap is quite a long one on this. Okay, so the little trio of A Gates, T Rowlands and K Stephen are just, well, I say just, they're 15 seconds up the road from us now, doing a great job. I'm still here with Rich Vickers and M Wiley. The trio ahead are actually closing pretty fast on some of the Ds. They've got M Hare that will be about 50 seconds ahead of them. Then J Kim, J White, just a little bit further ahead of that. Now behind me we've got N Kerry, 41 back, and S Proud, 117 back. And like I say, I'm pretty sure S Proud is not well. And now I can see the Bs on the timing screens. All the usual suspects are there. They're about 2.5 minutes back. And we've got R Gibson, B Montgomery, B Curtis, T Trigg, W Manning, A Vikströms, I think it is, Alex Cahill. I heard Jesper Anker pronounce Alex's name the other day. He does it so much more elegantly than I do. I think it's Cahill. So I could say in my typical British fashion, Alex Calajo, and stick with that, I think. Okay, so sadly it looks like M. Wiley's had some kind of dropout. It's down at 0 watts per kilogram. It's dropped off the back now. Unlucky, man. We've just taken the first of the D's, M. Hare. Right on, buddy. And the next guys, well, to be honest, it's still the 3 breakaway from this C with Kev Stephen, T Rowland and A Gates, who are nearly 50 seconds up the road now, doing a great job. And I think I've just seen D Smith, who I assume is who Kev Stevens was referring to. He's 1 minute 17 back, holding mid 3s, and working with a group of about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 other B riders, so they're going to be here very soon. Okay, another lap completed. What's Zwift got in store for me this time? Back to the old routine, 10 XP. That'll be a great help to me on this lap. Thank you. I saw a message from Keith Denton last night, who did the Thursday evening Hare and Hounds, and he's basically saying that the C group that he was in just vanished right from the start, and he was left on his own. So he sort of paced himself, let the Bs catch up with him, and then joined that group, and then managed to, with the toe, pull back in all the Cs that had left him standing at the start. And I think that's a brilliant tactic, which I'd like to say is what I'm trying to do now. But this is actually as fast as I can go. I'm struggling to talk and breathe. So when the Bs catch me, despite my best intentions at the start of this race, they're just going to have to go. I'll be lucky to even finish this one, I think. I think I maybe needed a very easy sort of 15k ride or something as my introduction back to Zwift after being unwell. God, I'm a moaning baby. I am aware I'm doing it, I just can't stop myself. I'm going to give Mr. Smith a ride on now, because he'll come past me so quickly I might not get a chance. Good ride, buddy, already. And Alex Calajo, as I call him, that was very rude, as I call him. Ride on, Alex. And here go the Bs. Right on, guys. There's no point. I thought I'd have a little go, try and hold on to them. Hey, Rich Vickers has got something in his legs. Go on, man. He's going to pull that back in. Nice. Jay Collins from the Bs has had a power out as well. He's dropped off to 0 watts per kilogram. I'm struggling to hold 2. I really am. You know, guys, I think I'm going to have to call it. I'm going to have to call it today.